Hey, what up, guys? This is GT.
Wild Joe.
Welcome to Dive Bar Comedy Podcast. We're going to be talking about a show we had going on at the Lotus Lounge. The Lotus Lounge, man, that was people. Smalls Lexington. He brought his own mic, and the mic was awesome. He had glitters on the mic and everything, and he's got a lot of fans. Can you believe it? And he's doing and he's funny, and he's got good stage presence, but he brought a lot of people.
Yeah, that was good. He was funny during our interview too, and that's the first time I've ever seen any comic anywhere bring their own mic. He had an amazing mic. It was all blinged out, and it was cordless. I thought he was going to be walking around the bar doing his set, but he did stand on stage. It had a great sound also, but then the one problem I noticed was that he didn't turn it off afterward, and he was like basically battling Mista See as the MC after it wasn't even his set anymore. He kept his mic going and just kept talking and talking when it wasn't even his set anymore.
Yeah. I feel like he told me he's from LA. He's from Inglewood. And Inglewood, was he from Inglewood? I think he said he's from Inglewood. South Central. He's from South Central. And South Central, he was, I think he's a rapper turned into a comedian. Because I could smell a rapper turn into a comedian when I see one. Because of the way he was holding the mic. Like he was holding it like he's, it's a cigar or something. Like the way, it's just the way they hold their mic.
It definitely looked like a rapper's microphone, much more than a comic's microphone. But yeah, and Mista See started out the show drunk. Before the show, he told me he was drunk and high. He smoked some weed, and yeah. And then while the modules were late, while they were setting up, he was there. He said killing time. But he was offending. There were women in the audience that were getting really offended because of some of the stuff he said. He said he said something like, "Hey guys, give the ladies a drink and do it like Bill Cosby." And there were some women that were like, "What?" They got very offended in the audience. And then he continued to talk and rant for probably a good 15, 20 minutes. And I kept saying, "GT, get him off the stage. Make him stop. Make him stop." But GT said, "Oh, just let him keep going." It was horrible. I think that may have been why so many comics left early or walked out or didn't stay for the whole show.
Well, Mr. C gets a lot of compliments. I just let him do his thing. He's been doing it for like over 2 years. And this coming November, it's going to be our third year, and we've been together ever since. And from my experience from being a musician and being in bands and making music, I just let people do their thing. I don't like to try to stomp on their leg and try to and say, "Hey, you can't be doing this and that." That's my experience, and that's his art. He's been doing a great job emceeing, and I just let him do his thing. But I think he knows his borders. He is black comedian, and blacks get away with a lot of things, and a lot of people let him. So I guess that was one of those situations.
Yeah, I agree. Overall, he's doing a great job. But sometimes he can go on talking for quite a long time. And it makes the show like double length. I mean, I guess in this case the band was setting up, so it didn't really matter. And he just wanted to rant and talk, but yeah, it was going on for a long time. There's a lot of freestyle talking.
Let me correct myself, Mista See. He likes to say, "Call me Mista See." Mista See is not a comedian. Mista See is an MC / rapper / actor / college graduate. And he takes pride in that, and he thinks he's better than me. Maybe he is, but I gave him some money for emceeing, even though I didn't make much money. And right away he disappeared. He's supposed to host the show, and he's gone down the street at Chevron, buying some cigs. And then he comes and he throws his cig, half of his cigarette, a barely smoked cigarette, on the ground. And then he comes in and starts emceeing again. And I hope someone made use of that cigarette. I'm sure some homeless person put like, "Oh wow, check out the cigarette! Oh, it's barely smoked. Oh, it's full. It's like no one barely. The guy barely smoked it. I'm gonna take a puff." You know how homeless people are.
I think we're talking too much about homeless people, and we need to give homeless people a break. But cigarettes are expensive these days with all the taxes and everything. It's probably almost $1 a cigarette, so they are worth something. Although, since you don't know who had it in their mouth beforehand, you might not want to just pick one up off the street and start smoking it. But yeah, it was interesting that the band, they only got to go on for a few minutes, but they were a lot of fun. And by that time, the comics who had kind of left, a lot of them had come back in time for their sets, because they just wanted to do their set and leave again. So the beginning of the show, there was a pretty decent crowd, but then by the end, this time GT and I went up at the very end instead of the beginning. There were less than 10 people in the room, so it was pretty quiet. And then even those people left. We had another musician coming up, Javier B, right? He came up at the end, and I think there were maybe less than 5 people in the room at that point, so I really felt bad for him.
Yeah, poor boy. What can I say? He went up there in front of me and the bartender and you and nobody else. So I've done that, been there, done that. That's part of doing music. That's part of doing shows around town. Sometimes you just have to perform in front of just a bartender. And I remember once I went up on stage at the Comedy Store. There was hardly anyone there. Late at night, and then it gets kind of dark at the Comedy Store. Really, really, it's dark and black. The walls are dark and black, and not only you're the last person going up, but at 2 a.m., like 1:55, but it's dark, and there's nobody there, and I know how it feels. I've been there, done that. I've done a lot of shows, and sometimes you have to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, you went up very last, so that was different. I did say don't put us up first, because sometimes I'm such a rush to get the audio set up for the podcast, and then I have to go up first. That then it's cutting off parts of our sets, or it's not recording at the right levels. So I wanted at least one person to go up first, but I didn't know you were going to put us dead last. So that was different. I noticed during your set, GT, you did a lot of blowjob jokes, and you were talking about how you're married and you wish you could get more blowjobs, and you were looking me straight in the eye and for a long time and telling all these jokes straight to me. Am I supposed to be reading something into this?
No, I didn't mean it that way. I like to look at everyone. It's like I didn't mean. I was just saying things. I like to talk to my audience. So if I was saying you felt like I wasn't giving you enough, you're not giving. You felt like I'm telling you you're not giving me enough blowjobs. That wasn't it, but maybe.
Oh, you held intense eye contact, staring straight at me. I've never had you do that during a show. You just stared straight at me and gave all your jokes to me, like the whole part about how your wife doesn't give you blowjobs and you wish you got more blowjobs, like straight into my eyes.
That's your imagination. Just because I'm looking at you, it's just I'm on stage. I'm looking at everybody. You don't take things personal.
You weren't looking at everybody. You were looking straight at me and nobody else for like a long, long time. Like the whole time you were talking about how much you wanted a blowjob. It was straight at me. You weren't looking around looking at anybody else.
Aw, do you feel special? One thing about life, don't take things personal. Just because I was looking at you directly. I'm probably on stage. That's part of my stage thing. I like to look at my audience members and connect with them. I usually find one person in the audience, not all of them. I like to find one person. That one person. You'll notice that about me when I'm on stage. Before I go on stage, I try to find someone I'm going to be looking at, and I'm going to be talking to that person because I'm going to be focusing on that person, and that person is never going to forget me because he's going to say, that dude was on stage. He was constantly talking to me. Like, I was the person I was involved in his life.
I know what you're saying. I try actually not to look too much at one person. It was hard. I remember when I was on stage, there were a couple people who I could tell were really into what I was saying and were giving me a lot of like facial expressions and feedback. And I kept looking at those one or two people again and again, but I try to spread it around to different people. So I'm not just staring at somebody the whole time I'm on stage, but looking at different people so nobody feels uncomfortable.
You're right. It's not only one person. Maybe I target like 2 or 3 people. I go back and forth. That's what I do. So I won't be like staring at some wall all across the room. So I just try to talk to the audience members and try to go back and forth.
Yeah, in some rooms, you cannot see the audience. You can only see the front row, especially at comedy clubs. Because of the lighting, you have a spotlight on you. You really can't see past like the first 2 or 3 rows. But in these bars, you can see all the way to the back. You can see everybody. And yeah, I try to look at different people, but some people really catch your attention. They hold your glance for some reason, or their facial expressions, or something about the way they look, or they look super interested. They just draw your eyes. So it's you can't really help but look at certain people. They're more, I guess, engaging. So that did happen to me. I remember there was a couple. It was mainly just a few comics that were left at the end of the night. But there were a couple people I kept looking at again and again. But I guess I'm flattered, GT, that you chose me as your person to stare at.
Aw, yeah. So anytime, baby, anytime. So yeah, I would definitely appreciate more blowjobs, and that'll be awesome.
I think I got the hint. The other night. But anyway, now you guys know a little too much about us. But we better let you listen to our show. We have some comics coming up, some fun comics, like we mentioned, some new people that we have not had on the show before, and some very funny interviews. So check it out and let us know what you think. Also, come out and see us live. We're doing at least the last Thursday of every month at the Liquid Zoo, and then more shows on top of that. You'll have to check our current schedule at gtscomedyjam.com or the GT's Comedy Jam Facebook page. Attention all drinkers. Attention all drinkers. Do you like a smooth tasting vodka that goes down with no burn? How about Global Vodka, straight from Italy? Check it out. You can find it at global-vodka.com. Not only does it have a smooth, great taste, it also is gluten-free and organic for you health nuts. So try Global Vodka. You can find it at global-vodka.com, or next time you're in LA, check it out at Universal Bar and Grill. Hey there, Dive Bar comedy listeners. I am Wild Joe.
This is GT.
We are here with another funny comic, Mike Perry, or Mikey. What do you go by?
Mikey. Yeah, what's up, guys? Yeah, we're here doing this show Tuesday night, Lotus Lounge. It's excited about to have it dying laughing, hopefully.
You ever been to Lotus Lounge or someplace like it?
Not at all. I don't perform much in LA. I'm from San Diego.
Really? I thought you were from Chicago because you got a Chicago Bulls hat.
Nah, I just like the design on it. It's very fun.
It's fun. It's a Hawaiian hat, but it has a bull on it.
Right. I'm actually originally from Virginia. Yeah.
Do they have a team?
No, they don't, and that's why we go. We all just pick what we want. We all pick what our favorite logo and our favorite player is.
That's what I used to do. Is just pick my favorite color.
Were you ever a Laker fan?
I wasn't, and I grew up. When I grew up, it was Michael Jordan. That was when I was a kid, so I just stuck with him. I'm kind of a loyal type of person, so I was like, okay, we don't have a team, the Bulls, and no matter what the Bulls went through, I was like, well, that's the team I remember.
Yeah, it takes a while to watch all those games and learn all the players' names and stuff. So once you with one team, you don't want to have to switch to all these strangers, players you don't even know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, football is the same way. That one I went a little bit with a little bit closer, went with Carolina, but still, yeah, same thing. Carolina, I love the colors. That was my thing too with them. So,
Well, what colors?
black and like electric blue is what they call it. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Cool.
So tell us about your comedy. We met you at Flappers Comedy Club, and do you perform there a lot?
No, I don't. I met Barbara. Barbara's pretty cool. She came down to the Comedy Palace in San Diego. She watched me perform. That was pretty fun. Other than that, I'm just trying to make a splash into the LA scene right now from San Diego. So
How is San Diego? How is the comedy scene there?
oh, it's great. It's less I would say competitive in a sense. I mean, it's still competitive, but it's just less saturated. So, and then we're only a couple hours away from LA, so it's a good place to come up and kind of like sharpen your teeth before you come up here. So yeah, I recommend San Diego scene for sure.
Probably the best weather in the USA.
Yeah, definitely. You don't have to. I mean, luckily for us, open mics and shows are normally inside. So, but yeah, we have a lot of shows that are outside too. So it's actually pretty fun.
Oh, cool. Outdoor shows. That's nice.
Yeah, outdoor shows. I mean, there's plenty of cities in San Diego County, South Bay, Chula Vista. I used to hold shows out there, open mics. Lemon Grove, I have a show out there. And even the Comedy Palace, I hold, well, actually, we're starting to hold, me and a friend of mine is starting to hold a bi-weekly show out there.
Oh, awesome. Oh, bi-weekly. So that's twice a week or every other week?
Oh, yeah, every other week. What is that, bi-monthly?
Yeah. I guess it's very confusing.
What's every other week?
Bi-weekly, is that twice a week or every other week?
Bi-weekly is like once every other week, right?
Yeah, well, I guess so.
Well, that's what he meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Is that what the mic is?
Our comedy, we have a Comedy Palace show. Me and a friend of mine, Benji Garcia Reyes, and we're both, comedians out there in the scene. And then we just, Comedy Palace is pretty much our home.
So what do you do bi-weekly? You promote your own shows?
Right. Yeah, we have our own show. We have another one in the works. We have one called Bar Comedy All Stars, which is pretty much our favorite San Diego comedians and even LA comedians that are just, they're good in bars, because you have some comedians that they only can really do the clubs, but the bars is where you kind of like, I feel like you get better because you're dealing with a whole certain different type of crowd. You need to beg a little bit more for their attention. So I feel like if you can do that, then we just bring them on. We do a comedy club show.
Oh, that's what we do. We're dive bar comedy.
Yeah, that's the whole concept. That's our brand, and we noticed that a lot of the dive bar patrons are mostly very rude, arrogant, and they just don't take. They're not there to see comedy. They're just there to drink. And if you suck, they'll just scream out, "Hey, you suck!"
Right, absolutely. I mean, that's, like I said, that's the reason why I love it, because it's like that's that practice. It's just like football practice. I mean, the football practice is going to be, 20 times harder than the actual game for a reason,
Well, cool. We're happy to have you on the show. Where can people find you online?
Facebook, I'm on at Mikey Perry, and then Instagram _ Mikey Perry, and that's it.
Great.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks a lot for coming through, and hopefully you'll have a great set, man. If not, don't worry about it.
All right, thank you guys.
Hey, guys, you need flooring? Because your floors got messed up during their last party. You need flooring because your dog urinated all over the place and it's all brown and stained and it's buckling and it's warping because of your dog. You were out doing comedy. No one was home. Well, log on to selectflooring.biz. Selectflooring.biz. B-I-Z. And hit them up. Call them up. Say, hey, what your situation is.
You know what I mean? So you guys ready for the next comedian to come to the stage?
Well, yeah.
We got a wonderful gentleman. His name is Mike. You know everybody from the hood whose name is Mike is cool in a motherfucker. So you better show him some motherfucking love. So put your hands together and show some love for Mr. MP, the Mr. Pat guy, Mikey Perry.
Right. Wow. That was the best opening announcement I ever had. Thank you, Mista See. Looking like, no, I'm not going to do it. Hey, look, first of all, I want to move this, but this racist mic stand won't let anybody but the first white dude touch the mic, so I'm not going to do it. Let me see. All right. Should I get on my knees like that girl so you guys pay attention? Yeah. All right. Yeah, just like the last comic, I'm mixed. I'm half Filipino, half white, so it's very similar, but not, because we're not all chinks and gooks. Some of us are from the islands. Can this adjust? Hey, Mista See. Alright. I got it. I didn't know if the knot was like holding the whole thing together. Yes, I'm half Filipino, half white. Is anybody Filipino in here? Cool, good. Anybody white in here? Nobody cares. Cool. Yeah, there it is. No, it's weird. Like, when you're mixed, you're never really fully accepted into any one racial group, you know? Like, Filipinos, to be honest, Filipinos just don't accept me. You know, they're like, oh, he doesn't speak our language, you know? He didn't join the Navy. They're like, oh, he is not even a nurse. So it's like, how can I get accepted by a race that has 3 requirements that I'm too lazy to do? You know, I get more accepted from white people because they just think I'm that little boy from Indiana Jones. Yeah! Like, okay, Dr. Jones. And that's what they think I am, right? Oh, I love this speaker. It's like I hear myself yelling at myself behind me. It's great. I was actually confused about what race I was growing up, right? Because my mom would always tell me that we're a Filipino, right? But the kids in school would always call me the little Chinese kid, right? I even had my Nikes stolen one time. And my friend was like, well, can't you just go home and make new ones? No, right? I cannot. I was never a shoe factory labor child, okay? They don't hire Filipino kids. I tried. We have to be prostitutes. I learned that from my grandma. So, my grandma don't have shit to do. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like Filipino grandmas, they don't learn how to use the TV remote, right? They just like ask you to do it. They're like, she'll be like, Mikey, can you open the TV for me, please? All right, first of all, I don't know where the translation got fucked up, right? But to open the TV just means to turn it on, okay? Right, so if you're ever in a Filipino household, just remember, to open the TV just means turn it on. So just take off your shoes, open the TV, close the lights, right? You'll get respect in the Filipino household, okay? All right, cool. One thing that is pretty Asian about me is I enjoy going out to eat sushi. Does anybody like sushi? Yeah. You should just be like Jeopardy. Anytime, I just ask questions the whole time. Yeah, for that. Yeah, I love sushi, right? The problem is every time I go out to eat sushi, I feel like it's racist when people act all surprised that I don't know how to use the chopsticks, right? Like I'm just supposed to automatically know how to use chopsticks because I'm Asian. Yeah, you should. Right, see look. That is the exact thing I would expect from a white dude to say. You should, sir. Give me that damn fork. I'm taking up all the forks. Like, to be honest, that would be like me acting all surprised if I found out my Mexican friend didn't know how to use a lawnmower, right? We fucked up. Yeah. He didn't. Look, yeah, that would. But go get the chopsticks and use them. Or that'd be like me acting all surprised if I found out my white friend knew how to dance, right? That'd be fucked up. So,
I don't.
I know you don't. I saw it. I saw by the way you walk. I mean, oh yeah, he doesn't even buy the type of shoes that you need for dancing. Like, not at all. No grips. No grips. Anyway. One thing that I wanted to talk about real quick before I move on is, guys, I finally talked myself into taking some online college classes. Thank you. Now, right, and it's not like to get a degree or anything. I just been filling out a lot of job applications lately, and nobody ever likes to hear that my highest education level is a GED. Right? Thank you. Okay. Exactly. But since I enrolled in these classes, now I can check the little box that says some college. See? Yeah. Found a little loophole there. Because some college can mean anything, right? Some college can mean that I'm one semester from a bachelor's of science, right? That's what it could mean. Or it could just mean the abbreviation of that, which is BS, which is what it means for me every time. Anyway, so I just broke up with this girl recently, and the reason why it hurt me a little bit is because she was the only girlfriend I ever had to agree to have a threesome, right? And it wasn't the threesome itself that I liked. It was the fact that she agreed. She was very open-minded, right? And to be honest, it was cool. I just felt like there was too much going on, you know? And then there was that moment where I felt like there was too much focus on me from the other guy. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And he was bigger than me, so it made me uncomfortable as a man, right? I just don't like being put in situations where I feel like I can't defend myself and I'm butt naked at the same time. Does anybody like that? Does anybody like that? So I live by myself now. I thought it'd be cool to live by yourself. I didn't realize, right? But I didn't realize how lonely you get when you live by yourself. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna get a pet. Get pets, right? Yes, let's cheer for getting pets. Dude, if it wasn't for you, I'd be like, dude, I am fucking bombing. But I'm not bombing because you're interacting with me.
I feel it, yeah. I hope you got a chinchilla.
Dude, I'm gonna pay attention.
I thought you were banging.
The suspense. No, but I was like, you know what? I narrowed it down. Should I get a cat or a dog? Because cats are cool. Does anybody have cats?
Yeah!
Yeah, right? Cats are dope. They're quiet. They're low maintenance. You can just get high and play with them with your little laser pointer, right? Fucking cool. But dogs, they just taste better. So it's all good. All right, I'm going to leave you guys with that. My name is Mikey. I'm out here.
You have a round of applause for Mr. Mike Perry. The Filipino fam. As a child, I was raised by a Filipino woman, so I appreciate all Filipino things. I'm wondering where the B accent is missing. You said I'm going to the store to do many things. Where's the B? That's why I didn't really love back home. You gotta get the B in your shit, fam. Just add that shit, even if you're bad at it. It's like being a trap rapper. You know you're terrible at it, but you still say the shit anyway. Yeah, I'm going to the bing. They're like, yeah, that sounds terrible, but close enough. Fuck it. Fuck it. He's from America. Fuck it. He must be good. He must be good.
Hey, ladies, you want some hot deals on sexy styles? Check out everydaysweetheart.com for everyday great deals on cute and sexy outfits. Clubwear, mini dresses, leggings, sexy lingerie. And guys, feel free to stop by too and find something hot for the girl of your dreams. That's everydaysweetheart.com. And for 10% off, use the friend code TAKE10. That's TAKE10. Thanks a lot. All right, we are back with Dive Bar Comedy. I'm Wild Joe.
This is G to the mother F&T, formerly known as GT.
We're here with Smalls Lexington. First time on our show. What's up?
Hey, how y'all doing tonight, man? I'm just happy to be here. Hopefully I can make some people laugh.
Yeah. I bet you get a lot of jokes about Biggie Smalls.
Well, I used to. I've recently lost like 70 pounds, but I used to play Biggie Smalls on Mad TV. That's how I got the name, and it just kind of stuck. And I did used to look like him a lot, but now.
Oh, okay. So there's a story behind it.
Absolutely, there's a story behind it. It's not like I was driving down the street and said, "Hey, Sandlot, I'm gonna take that name." I've been Smalls before Sandlot. So when they say you're killing me, Smalls, they're talking about me.
Wow.
Lexington, your real last name?
Awkward. Lexington is my porn star name, but I took Lexington because back in the day when as an actor, you had to go to a lot, you had to have a last name, and I didn't want to use my real last name with my fake first name, so I just took the name that I lived on the street of.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, because I actually know a porn star, or knew a porn star named Lexington Steele. Very famous. He's a black, very well-endowed man. He won the AVN Awards 3 years in a row, like in the 90s.
That's really cool, and if I were a porn star, I'd be like Lexington Hard, his little brother, but I'm just saying, I wouldn't necessarily promote Steele because what if I didn't live up to it?
It's a funny coincidence that it happened to be your street name. You got a good name as a street name. Mine would have been, what do they say? It's your cat's name plus your first street name. I would have been Frisky Emerson.
Oh, that's a good porn star name. Frisky. You could have just stopped with Frisky. Hey, Frisky's up next. Like if you were a strip club person and I was a strip club DJ, I'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, come to the stage right now. We got Frisky Emerson.
Yeah, and I actually named my cat after the cat food bag.
That's nice. Your first pet named after the cat bag and your porn name if you did porn.
Yeah, so basically my porn name would have been the cat food brand. You could be Alpo, GT.
Alpo.
What was your first street you were raised on?
Alexandria.
Alpo Alexandria. That would have been his name.
You know what the dope thing about Frisky is? If we ever dated and I came to your house and I yelled out Frisky, 2 pussies would come running. Oh,
Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Okay, now we're going to get a feel of what we could expect on stage from Smalls.
You're going to get a lot from me. I'm all over the board. I don't cater to one genre, so just do me a favor. Keep up.
Well, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So where can people find you online?
If you're looking for me, you can find me at The Real Smalls One Baby on all social media. Tomorrow night, Wednesday, I will be in the main room at Flappers in Burbank.
Well, there's a little delay on this podcast coming out, so by then your show would have already happened, but they got to find a place they can go and see your whole schedule coming up.
Look on my Instagram at The Real Smalls One Baby, and I have everything posted up there.
Awesome.
So, Smalls, where'd you grow up?
Born and raised in California. I mean, I've traveled a lot. I've done a lot, but my home base is right here in Los Angeles.
That's cool. So am I. I'm from L.A. as well. So I'm from, I grew up in L.A., Los Feliz, Hollywood. Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Yeah, L.A. Whoop, whoop. I moved here when I was 19, but I've been here my whole adult life.
Yo, me and GT, we like practically the N-words. Neighbors, I mean.
Ha, ha, ha. I got a lot of, this guy's funny. He's funny even during the interview.
Well, during the interview, I might talk about, no, I'm playing. I have nothing to talk about. This is just me. What you hear is what you get, guys. If you want to ask me a question, I'm going to come real or I'm not going to come at all. That's just how I am.
I don't come at all. Ask GT. Sorry about that.
I think the only thing that makes you come is the laundry, the washer and dryer, right?
The spin cycle. GT has a very funny set where he acts out the women masturbating on the corner of the washing machine on the spin cycle with all their shoes inside.
Yeah, you know what? That vibration is what keeps you going, but if you bounce that shit out, smooth sailing from that point on.
All right, so this is going to be fun. I can't wait to hear your set.
Yeah, Smalls, thanks for coming through, bro.
GT, it's my pleasure, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys. Smalls one.
Hey, guys, you need a party tent. You need a commercial tent. You need a tent because you have no garage. Well, log on to web10sale.com, webtentsale.com, and check out our site. This site is designed for commercial tents, party tents, and anything but camping tents. So if you need a tent because you have a party and you need to buy it instead of renting it all the time, you're tired of throwing your money down the drain, well, go to our website, web10sale.com, and check it out and order your tent right now.
You guys like the last comedian? That's right. You ready for the next comedian? That's right. This man, he got a great name coming up right now. He got a great name. He like Biggie Small's cousin who owns a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make sure his mic working right. You got your mic straight, fam? Let's do a check on that.
Yo, my mic sound nice. Check one.
Oh, wow. There it is. That's right. He coming to the stage right now. So get your hands ready, show some love, and get it hype and get it right for Mr. Smalls Lexington.
Yo, I feel like I'm about to do a rap show up in this motherfucker. You know what's funny? You know what I need you guys to do back at the pool table? I need you guys to like pay the fuck attention because comics come out here and they put it all out and it helps if you guys fucking pay attention. Alright? Alright. So check this out, man. I'm hardcore. I'll shoot you in the face. Shoot. I stole that from Kevin Hart. I want to be hard. I really want to be hard, but I felt I had to come out like that because I'm a non-threatening black. Like seriously, people look at me and be like, "Oh, he's okay." Now here's a good example. The other day, I'm walking down the street, right, and this white chick, she walks right up to me. She's like, "Hi, my name is Amber. Would you like to buy a cupcake?" And I'm fucking offended. I'm like, "Back up, boundaries, bitch. Do I need to put a hoodie on? I'll fucking write a letter. I'll stoop to your level." Here's another example, right? I'm driving in my car down the fucking street, bumping my beats, right? One time, and for white people, that's cops, pull up next to me. They look in the car, and they gave me that fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi wave. And if you guys don't know what the Obi-Wan Kenobi wave is, it's a wave from Star Wars, but they looked in the car and they said, "That's not the nigga we're looking for." And I fell into it. I was like, "I'm not the nigga you're looking for?" And then I was like, "Yeah, fuck the police." But I'm glad I'm not the nigga you're looking for. So moving forward, right? I'm thinking like I gotta do something to like make myself more hardcore, right? So I started dating this therapeutically fluffy non-black chick. And if y'all don't know what therapeutically fluffy is, it's a fat white bitch. And I thought she was dating me because I was a thug. Come to find out, she was dating me because she said black made her look small. I don't know, man. You know what? I think I fucked up shit. I'm like damaged goods. It's cool. But on to another subject. In 2016, I did something no black man has ever done. I voted for Donald Trump.
What?
I did.
What?
But I did. No, hold on, Ginger Jam. Hold on. The reason I did it is because I was high.
That's not an excuse.
And you know what? It's a good reason though. That's why I stopped getting high in 2016. Because I was doing stupid shit in 2016. I mean, my options weren't that great anyway. It was either Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. And I like Hillary. I really do. And I like the Clinton legacy. But I had a hard time trying to figure out how the hell would she get her dick sucked out of the Oval Office table. So I went with Trump. Because I felt like it would be cool to have another colored president in the White House. Hey, don't get mad at me. He's orange. And I really think Donald Trump wants to be black. I really do. I think he was sitting around one day doing all kind of shit and decided like, Melania, we need to do something to win the people back. Let's make a rap song. And he went into the Oval Office, turned it into a fucking recording studio, and took Bruno Mars's song, That's What I Like, and made it into his own. And it probably went a little something like this. I got a penthouse in Manhattan. Girls, what's happening? You and this hooker's invited. So pimp, get my wallet. So pop it for me, hooker, pop it for me. And Mike was like, we can't do that, Don. We can't do that. So then he moved on. He was like, we gotta do something. Let's go get a tan. That's how we'll win the people back. So they go to the tanning shop, right? This is what they did. They went to the tanning shop, and he walks in and he does his Trump. He's like, I think I'll take that one right there. All right. But the little tan guy was like, hey, but Mr. President, that's orange. And he's like, that's just fake news. Besides, orange is the new black. Woo! So they got it. And I Googled, why is Trump orange? And Google says, Trump is orange because he has good genes. And I was like, man, that's fucking awesome if you have Spalding tattooed on the back of your fucking neck. Or you're from Orange County. But if you think about it, Trump really does want to be black, right? He does do a lot of black shit. Him and his wife be biting shit. Think about it like this. Trump has more than 1 minute. Well, maybe, I don't know. I've never been with him in the bedroom. But he has multiple baby mamas. That's a black thing. He always wants to buy shit, but he never wants to pay for it. That's a black thing. I heard Omarosa say that Trump put the White House in his mother's name. Now, that ain't a black thing. Okay, now you can do it. But last but not least, this is what I think. Trump is always biting other people's shit, right? So he came up with this speech to build the wall, and he called in Mike Pence and General Kelly. He said, guys, I want you guys to hear this. I made a speech because this is really gonna sell the wall. Come on in, let's hear it. America, we have borders, and those borders gotta be guarded by walls. Who's gonna do it? You, Vice President Pence? You, General Kelly? No, I have, what is it like? Just, hold on, I'm not done yet. You're fucking it up. We're getting to the good part. Now I gotta start over again. America, we have borders. And these borders gotta be guarded by walls. Who's gonna do it? You, Mike Pence? You, General Kelly? I have a great responsibility. You couldn't possibly. What is it, Mike? Mr. President, you're reciting a speech from a few good men. That's just fake news. Melania wrote this for me last night. Fuck y'all if y'all don't get it. Maybe you feel a little bit older. Hey, my name is Smalls. Bring your host back. Okay, I'll just stand here. There is no awkwardness for me. I will just, I'll just stand here and talk some more. I used to go to the trailer park to pick up on girls. That shit didn't work. I had all the elements. Nice teeth, nice car, good jewelry. Yes. I would like to say that in all of my years, my house is built on a solid foundation with no wheels. Yeah.
LA residents, are you tired of slippery floors? Are you afraid you might slip on your tile? Well, check out tightgripla.com. It's a local business coming out, surveying your floors, and treating it with a non-slip solution, a semi-permanent non-slip solution that will keep your floors safe, whether in the rain outdoors or indoors in the kitchen or bathroom areas that sometimes get wet and very slippery. So if you want safer floors and to not get injured while you're just walking around, check out tightgripla.com.
So, you guys ready for the next comedian? You guys ready for the next comedian? All right, so she actually interviewed a bunch of you motherfuckers for the Dive Bar podcast. She's a beautiful young lady. She is bearing her second human being inside of her like she's an alien from the movie. So show a lot of love for a woman carrying all the love in the world inside of her and outside of her and dealing with fucking GT. This poor woman, for Christ's sake. Show some love for Miss Wild Joanna Jojo Petrie. Joe.
What's up, people? Well, I'm not going to touch this mic. But yeah, it's true, I am pregnant. Oh, whoa, hey. That's the most action I've gotten in a while. Yeah, people ask me what's it like, what does it feel like to be pregnant? I can tell you it's like I'm stuffed all the time, like I just had Thanksgiving dinner. Actually a whole turkey. And it's flapping around, trying to get out. It's trying to fly in there. It's pretty uncomfortable. But I am lucky I'm pregnant at the same time as Meghan Markle. Yeah, she, her kid may one day inherit the throne. Yes, awesome. My kid may one day inherit nearsightedness and maybe some teenage acne. We'll see. But also in the news, there was just today I saw this. The first man had a baby, a transgendered man. So, well, it's actually somebody, you know, that is biologically a woman. So he's but he says it doesn't make him any less of a man than he gave birth, because he's still a man inside, or a woman. Yeah, he's a man inside. I don't know what he is, but anyway, I heard about the Native Americans actually had 6 genders. Maybe we should adopt this, right? They have the man, woman. They have man with a woman inside, woman with a man inside, or a man with a woman and a man inside, or a woman with a man and a woman inside. Which I found a little bit more like me, you know, add in another woman, maybe another man, a dog. We could have an orgy in there. I think there's a lot of people inside of me, and they're having a lot of fun. Probably more fun than I am. But yeah, being pregnant, I go to the doctor all the time. They're testing me for everything. They test me for AIDS. I hate being tested. I do. I hate being tested. But I love being examined. And I'm getting a lot of examinations lately, so that's fun. That's about the only action I'm getting. I'm going through a dry spell. But maybe they should actually call it a wet spell, because I'm wetting my pants every time I cough, sneeze, or laugh. So good thing this show wasn't too funny, because I'd be... Sorry, you guys. No, there were definitely some funny people here. There's just not enough of a crowd to laugh. You guys are not sticking around to the end. But anyway, thank you for those of you who are still here, and the very funny comics who are still here as well. Sorry, I have to look at my hand to try to remember what. Oh, I said everything. I'm so good. So, those are all that's my new jokes. These jokes are only going to last for another month or two, because pretty soon I won't be able to do my pregnancy jokes anymore. I know. I'm going to have to move on to my baby jokes. Yeah, but yeah, pregnancy is the worst. There's these apps. They tell you how big your baby is. It starts off small, like your baby's the size of a poppy seed, your baby's the size of a blueberry, your baby's the size of a strawberry. But I mean, they should tell it like it really is. You know, it's always fruits. It should be parasites. Your baby's the size of a mite. Your baby's the size of a flea. Your baby's the size of a leech. This is sucking the life out of me. I mean, it's literally in there. Like, eating my blood. You know, Pretty scary. Yeah, horrible. Pregnancy is horrible. There's horrible symptoms. Yeah, I don't know about losing your mind, but you you have a lot of, who would have thought that 8 months of indigestion would be the miracle of life? I mean, that really wasn't what I was expecting. But the worst for me was, it's been gas. I have to admit it. I've been farting a lot. So I actually bought these fart filtering underwear. You guys can find them online. They're called Shreddies. They have a charcoal filter so that it cuts the smell like 90%.
Do they come in men's sizes?
Yeah, they have men's and women's.
Yes!
And you know what? They really work. I'm like in the car farting. I can't even smell it, so I go to work. I'm in my cube. I don't know if maybe I got overconfident or maybe I washed them a few times, didn't work as well anymore, but I'm doing my work in my cubicle. My boss comes over to tell me something, and she gets a good inhale, and all of a sudden, she offers me maternity leave. She's like, can you just leave? I was pretty surprised. Anyway, you guys. Thank you guys for sticking around. I'm Wild Joe. You can find me at wildjoe.com. And thanks for everybody who was on our podcast, divebarcomedy.com. You can find our podcast. And let's see if Mista See's around. Thanks to Mista See for being a great host. We'll see you guys next time.
That's right. Another round of applause for Miss Wild Joe. That's right. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks to the Lotus Lounge. Thanks for everybody coming out doing their thing. We got another comedian coming to the stage. Now, he is Armenian, so you should dislike him immediately. But Armenians are also, they have a lot of women in their families with big butts. So we should treat them nicely also. It's a very diverse situation. You know what I mean? He's a great talent. He's one of my homeboys. I've known him for years, since I first got here. Motherfucker rolled up on me 6 months after I get here. I'm doing the show, right? I'm killing it. I'm like, yo, Mista See, blah, blah, blah. I'm killing shit. I'm a rapper. I'm dangerous. And he rolls up on me like, yo, bro, we should do some shows together, bro. And I'm just like, who the fuck is this totally strange Russian Jew-looking motherfucker rolling up on me? And it's the great GT. He knows everybody in the city. This man has the key to the city. He's got all the love in the heart. The man is honest to a fault. You don't meet motherfuckers like this. He is honest to a fault. This motherfucker is so true to his motherfucking game. So show some love for the man who's setting up tonight, Mr. GT, the Gangsta Taco to Polly.
Hey man, thanks a lot for the props.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Sorry for the PA system. I don't know, it's fucked up. But anyways, it's kind of now that I'm married, women always come up to me and say, "Hey GT, I want to give you a blowjob." And first thing out of my mouth, I'll be saying, "Lord knows I need one." Because I'm married. What can I say? You know what I mean? That's what happens, right? So yeah, so the other day I woke up, I told my wife I want to put my dick in your mouth. She goes like my mouth is asleep. I'm like, your mouth is asleep, that's fucked up. You guys get that a lot? When the girl tells you her mouth is asleep, she won't give you a blowjob. I'm sure there's a lot of women been there, right? But, I was determined, I wanted a blowjob. I was horny, some girl was offering me a blowjob, and I said, Lord knows I need one, but I'm married. I turned her down. I had a huge heart on, I'm tired of jacking up. So I went in the garage. It's cold. I started stroking it, got it all hard. Took a black paint, spray painted my dick black. put some Burberry, put some cologne on, shit like that. I went back in and put my dick right in front of my wife's face. And she right away went to town because she loves black dick. Don't you, honey?
Wow.
She told me she liked black dick. Yeah. She said it would have been better if you were wearing a ski mask. I said, oh, it would have been better if I was wearing a ski mask. Only a whore would say something like that. What the fuck? Yeah, man. I have a baby now, and I'll be looking at this baby, I'll be going, I made this baby by fucking? This baby used to be a sperm? I used to come home late at night and jack off and wipe it down. I used to wipe you down, poor little baby. You some random subway napkin that's been sitting around? Oh man. All this time I've been like throwing you in the garbage. Yeah. So it's you know I'm just like trying to understand. Everybody's trying to take selfies now. They're getting clawed by birds. They're getting clawed by fucking lions. You know. I remember when I used to work at the zoo. You know, I used to work at the zoo myself. After high school, I got a job at the LA Zoo. And that's where I mastered, honed, and perfected my famous bird call. Birds be like, you have an accent. Where are you from? Like, I have an accent. Fucked up. I don't have an accent. Do I really have an accent? That's crazy. Yeah, talk about blowjobs. Did I tell you I like blowjobs? I also like Chinese food. Chow mein, orange chicken, and donuts. Pásale, pásale, tacos de cabeza, salsa borracha, chicharro, carnitas, pásale, pásale. You want some tacos? We can go up down the stairs, down the street, get some tacos. Yeah. Any comedians own dogs? Why do comedians adopt dogs? I just don't get that shit. Comedians adopting dogs. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is up with that shit? These fools are never home. They're in and out of comedy clubs. They're in and out of dive bars. They're in and out of roast battles. Networking, trying to make it while the dog is home alone, horny, and naked. Rubbing his dirty ass all over the carpet. Yeah. Oh man. A lot of women's pussies are going dry. A lot of women's pussies are going dry, you know what I mean? It's a huge epidemic. Well, what the fuck is wrong with this shit? Women's pussies are going dry. It is, it's a huge epidemic. Do something about it. You know what's the main cause? It's the fucking vibrators. It's the dildos. It's the technology that's out there right now that's causing all these women's pussies to go dry. It's fucking, it looks like a fucking switchblade knife. They take it out. How do you expect me to fucking compete with that fucking vibrator? How do you expect me to compete with that shit?
I ain't use that shit.
And you get on your freaking washing machine. You can't wait. You throw your fucking sneakers in there, and you can't wait until the fucking spin cycle to begin, just so you can get a fucking good vibration. Oh, yeah.
All right, much fun. Thanks a lot, guys. Well, that was the last comedian. I want to thank all you guys for coming out, hanging out, all you soul brothers.
Hey guys, thanks for listening. That's our show, and keep listening to our show.
Yep. Check us out every week. We come out on Tuesday night, midnight Wednesday, Dive Bar Comedy. Find us on divebarcomedy.com, iTunes, Spotify, all over the web. Subscribe.